Notorious for that. Okay, we are recording. My name is Monica Lopez, and if this is your very first time on a call with us, I want to say welcome. This call is designed for someone just like you. And to kind of give you a little bit of housekeeping what's already happening is that we want to make sure everybody keeps themselves on mute as the training call is happening. And then what we do is we'll open up towards the end of the call for an open mic question and answer. So if there's anything that we go through tonight, and you're like, oh, I don't quite understand that, I need some more clarification, you can do one of two things. Jot it down, and then at the end, we'll come back and open up for questions and answers. Or you could drop it also in the chat section. I actually recommend you drop it in the chat section. Here's why. We have a lot. I can see some of my veteran coaches in here with me tonight. And by the way, they attend these calls because it's such a great idea to consistently get refresh all the information, get the refreshers in. And also you're going to see as you start to grow into this business, it's a good idea to hear the verbiage, hear the way different coaches share the business, share training, so that you can do the same thing with the coaches that you bring onto your team. Okay. So what I was trying to get at, going off on that tangent, was drop a question into the chat section, because chances are my veteran coaches that are on this call, like Amy, I see you, my other Amy, I see you, Anna, they will be able to answer them for you as we go, okay? So my name is Monica Lopez, and I'm not going to get into my full story because chances are a lot of you guys came from our coaching sneak peek that happened last week, and you heard all about my story, and you probably heard from Jenny, who's also on this call as well. But I will tell you this, and I did touch on this in the call that we did last week. When I began my coaching business, I solely wanted to save money on my Shakeology. Like I just didn't want my husband breathing down my back about this commitment that I started, and this new thing that I started. I wanted to prove to him that, and at that end, at that time it was just a fitness. I just wanted to prove that I was serious about this, and I wanted change really bad as a new mom. And when I came in, I couldn't see past my own nose. The thought of helping someone else, I was like, and I'm looking at my girl Selena right now, because Selena said the same thing to me. She's like, I just want to be a discount coach. And I get that. And I never judged that, because that was me, right? That was me. I know that I needed to feel it in order to help anybody. And truth be told, I had no intentions of helping anybody, because I was just trying to help myself at that time. And it's okay to have that selfish need, right? Because that's the beautiful part about this business, is that's the foundation of this whole thing. But then it started to evolve for me. How did it evolve? Because I started getting the results, right? And I started getting people noticing. A little bit of my background is that my family owns preschools. And so when I would go drop off the kids, the moms started noticing how fast I was losing weight, which is funny enough. My coach, Christina Delgado, that's how she got me to try too, because I would see her in the office. She had a baby 6 months before I did. And I'm like, what is she doing? I need that, right? So same thing happened to me. The moms were watching me and they're like, what are you doing? And like that, it organically started to grow. And in my head, I was like, ooh, light bulb. If I can forget paying off my Shakeology, like if I can put money in the bank, if I could use extra money for different things like groceries, gas, Target, all these kinds of things, by all means, it's like win-win. And like that, I started kind of on the part-time end. And as I started getting better at it, as I started getting better, louder about it, because it wasn't even on purpose. It was just that I was excited. I found something that finally worked for me. And I was out there just having a good time with it. There was not this pressure to build my business, but I was just having fun with it and building a part-time income. And then it continued to evolve. And for me, it was life happening, right? Sometimes it'll be a good thing, right? You just grow into this business and it starts to snowball and get bigger and bigger, and you go off and you take off with it. But sometimes there's a pain point. And for me, there was a pain point of having my daughter, which was my third baby. She is a Beachbody baby. And when she was born, she had a health issue that caused me to have to, anyways, long 6 months of treatment, have to, being told that I can't take off my time because my personal time was already expended, and I had to figure out, ways to get her to the doctor once a week because of this condition she had. And it was just this time in my life where I felt so helpless as a mom, and I said to myself, I never want to feel like that again. And that's when I just looked at Beachbody. I'm like, okay, I want to go all the way. because I had seen women doing it. I had seen people around me. It's very easy to look at the next person and see a gap between you, like, oh, it's great for her, but I don't know for me. Until you just, I feel like you just have that aha moment. It's something. It's always something. And I've had an aha moment for every stage of my business. So I say that because if you're on this call tonight, it tells me you're a little further along than just getting a discount. You're here because you're like, I'm intrigued. I think, I really want to give this a shot. I really want to figure out if I can work this business. Or some of you guys are on here and you're like, I want to go all in. I already see the opportunity. I want to go all in. I want you to know, and we're going to go into this a little bit later in the call, there's no right and wrong. You are not going to be judged for what you want out of this business. That is why I love this business. To me, the only thing that I ask is that you guys are what I call Beachbody lifers. Is that you get out there and just represent the Beachbody life. Getting healthy and fit, feeling great about yourself, like showing up every day. Family is a very, very big deal for me and Diesel Core. We are a huge family. We back each other up. We have a lot of fun while we do it. Like at the core, as long as that's happening, no matter where you want to take this business, there is no wrong answer. Okay? So come into tonight, everything we shared tonight, I want you to just listen, take down lots of notes, put the pressure on yourself to not just be a collector of information tonight, but once we hang up, goal set, and we're going to talk about goal setting, goal set on when you're going to start implementing everything you learn. Because if I can tell you one big mistake I see happen a lot of times is that people sit back and they're like, well, I'm not going to make any moves. I'm not going to talk about coaching. I'm not going to get out there and start my business until I know it all. And I'm going to tell you, I'm almost 9 years into this business and I do not know it all. Not only do I not know it all, but it's consistently changing. Like this month it's one rule, next month it's another. This month is this promotion, next month is another. Social media, like platform is this way this month, next month algorithms completely, have everything a big shitstorm. It's consistently changing. I have just learned over the years, it's not about knowing it all. It's just about being able to be a problem solver and knowing where to find the answer when you need an answer. As long as you got that, you're equipped. So sitting here and saying, well, I'm not going to progress, like I'm not going to get out there and wet my feet. I'm going to stand back and just hang out for a little bit until I know enough. Don't do that. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. It's in the doing that you get to know. And as long as you just know when you're confronted with something that you don't have the answer to, that you know how to find the answer, that's just everything right there. All right? So let's kick this off. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Where is it? All right, here we go. So new coach kickoff call. Welcome to the team, and let's get you started right. So what are we going to cover tonight? Tonight, we're going to talk about the power of results. We're going to talk about social media one-on-one, just the basics, right? The basic stuff, because you're going to have in-depth training on social media on the Diesel Nation Academy. I'll talk about that in a second. Goal setting, personal development, our team, and the Coach Online office. Okay? This call will roughly be about an hour long. Sit tight with me. I promise that it's going to be loaded. And I just want to once again reiterate, and I talk about this a lot on the team page, this call does not replace New Coach Academy. It's really important that you guys plug into the Diesel Nation Academy. It's pinned into our team page, and also if you're a personally sponsored coach of mine, you get that link in the welcome email, right? Because every coach has a different system, but at the end of the day, the team page has it all. So in one of those two places, you will find that. So we're going to go through these things, but in depth, and you really want to dig into this stuff, just make sure you graduate from our academy, okay? So let's talk about results matter first and foremost, because I don't know about you guys, but when I start this business, I'll be very transparent with you. My number one hesitation was I did not want to sell stuff. Like I didn't want to be out there and be that person selling. It was never been something I wanted to do. I was a paralegal at the time. Like that stuff just scared me away, and I just continuously said, but I don't want to sell. I'm not good at that. I don't want to do that. But then I realized that it's a mindset that you have to flip. Because, we sell stuff, right? We help people get healthy and fit through these amazing tools, Shakeology, workout programs, the Portion Fix. Like we sell tools. But what is the base of your business? What matters in your business, first and foremost, and forevermore, is your results. They matter. Why? Because it's your results that are not only going to be the conviction you have behind sharing it with the next person, but it's going to be your proof. It's going to be the trust factor that you're going to have with the people that you are talking to and the people that are following your journey. It doesn't mean that you need to have six-pack abs. It doesn't mean that you have to be at your goal weight, because let's be real, that's different for different people. But it does mean that you wake up every day and you live the Beachbody life, which is you push play, you drink the shake, and you follow the meal plan. Even if it's just 80% of the time, right? But you are progressing forward, and you are doing this, and you're going all in at all times. My fitness journey over the 9 years that I've been a coach has gone like this. It has not been like straight. There are times where I call it seasons where I'm in fantastic shape. Maybe I was put into a test group, which was really exciting, or maybe it's just me that I always knew that when I wanted to get my business like fired up again, I knew I had to get results all over again. Like I knew I had to up my game in my fitness, my own fitness journey. And that's when, again, it made my business like fire up, because that's the heart of it. But results forever and more is what it's all about. And again, to me, it's the most beautiful part about Beachbody, because what other job out there requires you to work on yourself as a baseline? Like, you matter. You're first, right? Oxygen mask on you first before you can put it on anybody else. And so tonight, if you have not yet, I want you to pick a fitness program, pick a nutritional system, and go all in. Drink your Shakeology once a day. Me personally, I drink my Energize every morning. You guys know that. I have my collagen. I've got my Recover. I do all the things. I do all the things because I know it makes me better. And I know that this is the answer that so many people are looking for. And it's my job to prove that. Right? It's my job to go there. And it's not even just on the fitness end, but although I feel like motion is what creates emotion, that's Tony Robbins, and I learned that early on. If you want to change the way you feel, you got to get up and move, right? But we're also working on a lot of people's mindsets. People out there are living very stressed out lives. They're looking for something that's going to make them like a sense of belonging. They're looking for something positive in their life. And that's what you get to be, right? But you got to be that, right? You got to practice that as well. So forever and more, results matter. If you are not plugged in yet, that's step number 1. And this is the step that can never waver, okay? Next up, let's talk about social media, right? And again, Diesel Nation Academy goes in depth. There's like this amazing training that Christina Delgado and I did. It was a 5-day training. And we walked people through different things, different aspects of social media. But what I'm going to give you tonight is just a checklist and a couple one-on-ones, like foundational stuff that can get you leading this call today and in action, okay? So number 1, make sure that your profile or your wall, whatever, Facebook or Instagram, your page is public, okay? And I personally use a business page. Why? Because it gives me so many different options to be able to see who my audience is, so it can tell me how many men or women are following me, what their age bracket is, what part of the world they are from. So all these things help me kind of look at my business and say, okay, well, if I'm trying to target, because I know what my niche market is, and I am not afraid to talk to my niche market. I know that I'm looking to work with women, mostly moms. It doesn't have to be a mom, but obviously, you know, chaos sees chaos in my lifestyle. So I'm looking for a mom. I'm out there sharing all those things. And so when I go to my back page of my Instagram and I'm looking at my analytics, I'm seeing, okay, you're doing the job right. Like that's the people that are following you. So I like the business page because you get to see that. And making it public is just, it's being able to show people. So for example, hashtags, everything that you're out there putting, like, it's not going to come out in people's feeds unless you're public so that they can see you back. Right? If right now you're saying to yourself, well, I have an existing one, but I don't want to make that one public, I'm going to say, okay, you can create a brand new one and start from scratch. But the way that I see it is that my business is like my warm market, the people around me, my friends, my family, the people that I already have trust with. Those are the first ones that I want joining me, right? Because there's the whole trust factor that's already there. So to me, when I hit the business, I made all my stuff public. I went out there and I started branding myself. I started going out there and searching my people, and I just kept track of the kinds of people that were starting to follow me and my numbers and my following. And I was constantly looking at it to make sure that I was adding to my network at all times, okay? Make sure that your screen name or your handle is identifiable to you. And we're going to talk about what the value in the business is. You are your biggest value, but you want to make sure that it's identifiable to you. So mine is _ Monica Lopez Fit, because Monica Lopez was taken, so I had added the fit there. But if it's like at Hot Mama with a Booty, that's like, you don't know who Hot Mama with a Booty is. It's not identifiable to you. So you want to make sure that you are the value, that you are consistently using your name, because that's what you want people to recognize. I have seen in the past in the business where people create like nicknames for themselves and they brand that. And that works too. Just remember that it's, when you change branding, you almost got like, you only got like one more shot at it before you start to lose, like people lose track of all the changes. So if you're going to use some kind of nickname of any sort, just make sure it's something long-term that you're not gonna get sick of or wanna outgrow. And then you're seeing yourself every year or two changing your name, and then that gets funky, right? It gets messy. So make sure that your screen name and handle is identifiable to you. Next step, make sure that your profile picture is a great headshot of you where it's clear who you are and that you're that person in the photo. So I often see, especially on Facebook, it'll be like a photo of 6 different women that are friends. Well, who's gonna know which one is Eva? You know, they don't, so when you're out there tackling the cold market, they don't know which one Eva is. So it's important for those profile pictures. And for me, I just put a great headshot, very close up, so that they see my face, because I want people to know me and recognize me. If you have a family photo, that's okay, because it's kind of identifiable to who you are. You're the mother of the family and you have your kids there and your husband there, and that's just fine. But what I'm saying is that make sure it's not like a super small photo that I can't tell which one you are, and it's like a crowd of people and you're hard to figure out who it is. Make sure that your bio is not Beachbody descriptive, but you descriptive. And again, we're going to talk about this because you are the value. So if you see mine here, I list out different things about myself. I just put like one word, all the things about me. And then I have my link tree, which is all my applications for people to sign up and work with me on the coaching end or on the fitness end. When you go through New Coach Academy, the Diesel Nation New Coach Academy, it's going to teach you how to create these documents, these applications, if you so choose to use them. But what we want you to know is that the biggest thing for me with this is that you understand that you're not going to go out there and brand Beachbody or just vomit Beachbody everywhere, because there are 400,000 coaches in our network. There are over 400,000 coaches. If all of us are just branding the products or just talking about the products, and there's nothing to do with us, which is the true value, the coaches, and there's nothing that separates us either, right? We're all the same. So if you want to get out there and really dig your heels into this business, step one is to understand that it's not about Beachbody, but it's you, your story. You're the brand, you're the value. All right? So it brings me up into social media 101 that I want to share with you guys. Number 1, to me, show up every day. It's a must. It's a must. And I say this not because Beachbody is supposed to be your life. It's not that. Is that you're showing up to your people. It's a sense of, again, that trust factor. On my worst days, and I had them not too long ago, the ending of last year was horrific for me and my family, and it got really hard, really hard. I still showed up. And in fact, now as time is passing and a lot of things have happened, I realized that was part of my healing. Like, that's been part of how I got through, because all these years that I was showing up to my people, to my tribe, to my followers, to the people who are with me every day, when I needed them, funny enough, it flipped on me. It flipped on me, and it ended up being exactly the support I needed. And so I say to people all the time, it's a good day, bad day, you know, don't feel like it. Even when I'm sick, I will post like a terrific picture of myself. I'm like, peace out, I'm done for the day, I'm so sick, see you guys tomorrow. But I showed up, and I do that every day, okay? Now, going back to what we were talking about a second ago, brand versus tools, I think it's really important for new coaches to understand that Shakeology, our workout programs on Beachbody On Demand, those cute little colored containers, all of our performance line, Energize, all those things, those are tools. They are tools that Beachbody has to offer that you're able to get and give to the next person, right? And help them change their life with those tools. But the value, the brand in your business, what you need to go out there and share and breadcrumb about each and every day is you. Your story, who you are, is what is going to connect you with your audience. It's what's going to make you, it's your value. It's your, I don't know how to explain it, but it's your value. It is what sets you apart. And I every time I work with a new coach, it never fails. The first thing they say is, well, but I'm just a mom, all right? Or I'm just, a teacher, or no, I'm just a military wife, or I'm just a firefighter wife. Like this idea that we are just, no, we're not. Each one of us has so many things that make us special, strengths that are different than the next person, stories, experiences that set us apart. And I remember when I started coaching, I say it's because I was that person. I was like, well, but I'm just a mom, just paralegal. I get up every day and it's like a hamster wheel. I get up, get my kids up, go to work, come back home, cook dinner, put kids to bed, start all over again. Like I felt like same thing over and over. And I lived for the weekend. And one of the days was just do laundry and clean the house. And the other day was maybe we could get to go out for dinner. Like that's how exciting my life was, at some point. And I call it the hamster wheel. But then this business, it forced me to stop and be like, all right, well, Monica, why are you so committed to this fitness journey? Why? Well, I've got 3 kids now, and I knew that I grew up overweight, and I did not ever, as I had my kids, one of my biggest fears was my kids being teased and bullied for their weight like I was all my life until I got to middle school. Like that was like a huge fear of mine. Well, that's one of my reasons. Well, what's another reason? Postpartum. Like I was 20 years old, I gained almost 80 pounds in my first pregnancy in my belly, and I had diastasis recti, and I remember feeling so helpless and disgusting and thinking I was ruined as a woman, and I was seeing all my friends at 21, living up life, and here I was with a baby and a ruined body, or so I felt. Well, this gave me my power back. That's why I'm so in love with this. And then I just started to see different things about me. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? And that's when I started to figure out and bring together the puzzle pieces on who I am and what my true value was and what my story was. And it takes time, guys. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't happen overnight. But if you stop and you just think about it, okay, well, why am I here? Why do I love this? Why am I so excited to make this work? Why do I show up every day? Why am I on the no snooze crew at 5 a.m. when I can barely open one eye? Like sometimes I get up and I'm like feeling my way to get to no snooze crew, but I get there. Why do I do it? Same thing. You got to ask yourself that and be able to sit back, figure that out, and then get out there and share that. Because you are the value, right? The tools are the tools, but you are the value. Now, the power of storytelling, like I was just talking about a second ago, how important it is to get out there and tell your story. I always tell my new coaches that surface level stuff, it stinks, because what happens is at the very beginning, it's okay. It's brand new. You have your friends, your family, your followers, your coworkers that are watching you start something new. And they're excited for you. They're like, oh, how cool. And they see you working out. Oh, maybe you can tell me about that one day. But then when it's day after day after day after day that you're sharing the same thing, cheers, Shakeology, workout, sweaty selfie, day number 15. 16, 17, every single day. Not saying that the consistency is not important. It is. But if it's surface level sharing, it becomes white noise. It's exciting at first, but then after a while, it just becomes white noise. And then they're just like, there goes Selena again. Fantastic for her. And the thing is that they're excited for you, but they just see, oh, it's just Selena working out. They have no idea that Selena has a story, that much less Selena can help them with their situation as well. She's got the tools that she can pass on to them. Like they don't know any of these things because Selena has decided that she feels like she's working the business and getting out there and sharing, but what she's sharing is just the surface level. I always like to say, like, the question I used to ask myself when I first started coaching, and I was, my knee-jerk reaction would be like, Shakeology, love my Shakeology. I would say, okay, I would ask myself, okay, and? So I conditioned myself every time I was going to go share something. Okay, and? What's the purpose of this? Why are you sharing this? What do you want someone to know about Shakeology? you know? And you can battle objections while you're doing this too. So as you start to grow your business, you're going to hear, oh, that's too expensive, or, oh, I have another shake, or, you know, there's tons of things that come your way, right? I used to battle it. I used to say, like, I used to skip breakfast and some days, or I'd get to the office and spend $5 to $6 on café con leche, you know, and my toast, you know, my tostada and all that kind of stuff. And I realized this is $3 and change, and this is giving me everything I need, and I've gotten healthy and fit with it. You know, so I battled objections, but I took it a step further, a level deeper, not just surface, like, cheers, Shakeology, healthiest meal of the day. So if you can get used to and use that phrase, I give it to you, I gift it to you. Whenever you're going to share something, ask yourself, okay, and what is the purpose of this? That's just going to help you. It's going to help you start to, two things, build like this content library. Because there's times where I go back and I look at old stuff that I've written, because I put my heart and soul into my content. And I'm able to, months down the line, years down the line, grab it and fix it up, like update it, and reuse that content. So you're kind of building this content library, but then again, you're also out there breadcrumbing, storytelling, and making sure that it's not just surface level stuff. It's not to say, by the way, that every post has to be like this long, drawn out. Some days it can just be Shakeology, amazing workout, day number 15. But it can't just be like that every day, because that every day just becomes white noise, and they're just excited for you. They think you have a great hobby, but they have no idea that you're in business, okay? Now, call to actions. We call to actions when you get out there. You can see right here to the right-hand side, help wanted, currently building my 2019 coaching team. This is what we call a CTA, okay? Now, I want to share with you guys as new coaches a book that I read that, guess what? You can skip the whole book if you really wanted to, because just sharing with you the analogy is going to teach you all you need to know, because it taught me all I needed to know. It's the analogy of jab, 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 right hook. What does this mean? It's a boxing analogy that Gary Vaynerchuk, he wrote this book on social media, and it was talking about business on social media, where the jabs is the value, right? You have to give, 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 give. But then you come in and you've got to ask. The ask is the right hook, right? You're either just jabbing and jabbing and jabbing and jabbing, but you come in for that hook. How effective are you? And if you're coming in for just hooks, 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 how effective are you? Well, the business is the same thing. You've got to give value so that when you come in and ask for that business, they are more inclined to join you. If you're doing one only, which is like, let's just say you're out there just giving value. You're just posting every day, posting every day, posting every day, and you're never asking for business. You're never saying that you're even in business. Then again, it goes back to people thinking you have this phenomenal hobby and they're just excited for you. And the other side of that is if you're just out there like, join me, buy now, sale, promotion, my team, join me. Like, who wants that, right? You're like a walking billboard. Like I would run the opposite direction if I saw someone post that every single day. So that's why this analogy helped me wrap my brain around. All right, go out there and share different parts about you. And that way, when you come in for that ask, when you come in for that right hook, you have done your job. You have provided value. And then that's where you're going to see, as you grow into this business, those call to actions, they are most effective when you're doing the two things simultaneously. And you're doing it, like I said, not surface level, but with TLC, with thought process. All right, so jab, 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 right hook. That was like one of the greatest things that I learned as I started to build my business. And then lastly, Instagram stories. Just use them. Use them, get on there. It's like, it's the thing that connects you with the next person, and it just feels with so much less pressure, right? For whatever reason, social media purposes, on that front wall, on your initial feed or on Facebook, people are afraid to start a conversation there. But behind the scenes, it's almost like so much easier. It's so much easier and people feel comfortable there. So Instagram stories also, as a person that's posting, it's so easy to like talk into the camera real quick, fun filters. There's a great place to share your workout day to day. It's a great way to also share different things about you, the kind of clothes you like to wear, the foods you like to cook, the hair products that you like to use. Again, you're the value. All these things about you, breadcrumbs, and it adds value to the people out there watching. So have fun with it. Instagram stories is it's so well designed. It's for you to be able to create a conversation and create relationships behind the scenes where the pressure is diminished by a lot and people just feel comfortable. I'll give you another big tip. And like I told you guys, social media is forever evolving. Like whenever I think I've got it down, things change. But I have learned that the more you use in Instagram stories, the features, for example, the feature of the poll, or the feature of ask a question, or the feature of multiple choice, or the gifts, or the music, all those things, the more you use them, the more the algorithms spit your stuff out. The less you use them, it holds your stuff down. Another big thing that I read recently, another change that was made on Instagram, is that the more you go live, the more your stuff is put out. So they're trying to get people to interact and use the tools in behind the scenes on Instagram stories and the live button. So if you want a little tip, or if you're wondering, how can I build my following? How can I get more eyes on what I'm doing? Instagram wants you to use their stuff, okay? And again, it could change by next month, but that's a tip that I've been reading recently. Okay, so let's shift now to goal setting, okay? So goal setting is gonna be a big deal as a coach. I know that before becoming a coach, I did not goal set in my life. That was something Beachbody taught me. And I realized that when you're able to discipline yourself to set goals, and discipline yourself to understand that you're not gonna always hit those goals in the time frame you gave yourself, right? But you also have to be smart enough and disciplined enough to know that it's not like you go like, woof, that's it, I suck, I'm out. You know, it's just the sales, keep going. There's no such thing as failing. The only way you fail is if you quit. But you do have to, again, be disciplined enough to goal set and to give yourself these benchmarks that you want to hit, to know where you're going. To me, I used to call it like throwing spaghetti on the wall and hoping something sticks. Like that's how I lived a lot of my life for many years. Like, oh, and even Beachbody, when I first started, I'd be like, well, if I just work out and I just drink the shake and I just post, you know, it'll come together. I didn't even know what I was shooting for. I didn't even know. I didn't have an income goal. I didn't have a rank goal. I didn't have, okay, I want to hit this many Success Club points. I want to recruit this many new coaches onto my team. Like I did not have any of those things. It's when I got disciplined in that area that everything changed. Same thing with personal development. What book am I going to be reading this month? What program am I going to complete? Fitness program? Like all these things are goals. So first goal, first and foremost, like we talked about, foundational, your workout program and your Shakeology. And like those, you have to have that goal. And pick a program and stick to it. Be the person. Like for me, I'm on, I think it's program 22 that I have graduated, 22 programs under my belt, start to finish. Start to finish. Are there sometimes, like right now, there was a gap between Christmas and New Year before we were starting the new year that I was jumping around on programs every day because I was waiting for a new program to start. Okay, maybe a week or two that you're in that limbo, but you should not be in the career of jumping all over the place and, oh, I'm going to start 21 Day Fix. I'm bored. I'm going to go to the 80-day obsession. Oh, I'm on week 1. You know what? Lift 4 sounds better. And pick something, stick to it, graduate. That's the key. That's the key to getting this done. Okay, so that's one of the goal setting. That's the foundational goal setting. Then second, let's talk about the business end of it. Well, get in the habit of achieving Success Club. I'm not saying if you don't have a Success Club, you're a failure. I'm not saying that. But you do have to get in the habit of hitting Success Club. If you don't know what Success Club is, I'm not going to go into depth with it. That's going to be in your new coach training where we talked about. But basically, Success Club is the recognition program. The program built into this business that a new coach can come in and say, okay, I want to build this business and I want to be successful. What should I shoot for? What's a healthy goal coming into this business that I can wrap my brain around? And so they created Success Club. And the cool part is that you earn prizes as you go and you earn things and recognition, all that stuff. But Success Club basically means that for every person that you help with either a challenge pack or Shakeology or any of our nutritionals, you earn points, okay? Your goal at minimum is to help 3 people a month, 3 new people a month. That is the healthy start. That is the foundational start there. And while you can use, for example, Shakeology alone will give you points, or performance line bundles alone will give you points. Me personally, I have built my business very strongly around the challenge pack. because I believe, because I know this for myself, I am a product of the product. I believe that working out, drinking the shake, and following the meal plan, that 3-part system is the key to success. Not one and not the others, or not, I'm not telling people to drink this shake every single day or drink 4 of them a day and lose 50 pounds. And they're going to be like, I don't preach that. I don't share that. I also don't share to people and say, oh, you know what? Work out to your blue in the face, get your ass kicked by a mola, but don't worry. You could eat all the crap. You're fine. You'll burn it off. Because that's a lie too. It is going back to that healthy balance of drink the shake, take in the at the cellular level. That's the thing about Shakeology. It's feeding the body at the cellular level. It's got those digestive enzymes. It's got all the probiotics. It's got all the muscle repair stuff. It's got all these superfoods, 72 superfoods that are not even found in this country. That it's from all over the world. These exotic places in the world is in Shakeology. So I tell them, drink the shake, work out. You're going to have to put in that sweat equity. You're going to have to get sweaty. And you're going to have to eat right. Not eat perfect, but eat right. And follow. I've got this easy to follow plan for you. You can even have wine and chocolate, right? So that's how I go out there and I present it. I don't make one more important than the other. And I definitely don't tell people, oh, don't worry, you don't need Shakeology. Because they do. Because I drink it every day. Why would, if someone's inspired by me and what I've done with my body through Beachbody and how I progressed in my fitness, how could I sit there and tell them, oh, but you don't need it? But I drink it every day. Like, I have all my products there and I use them every day. So I'm adamant about that. And that's why I believe that the challenge pack is the best value. And I run my business on the getting people started on the challenge pack. Now, back to Success Club. Success Club, if you hit Success Club, they changed this program, by the way. So for years, it used to be that if you hit Success Club on your first, second, and third month of the business, you earn the title of what we call Success Starter. And this is pretty epic. This is huge. In fact, this recognition program did not exist when I signed up. Fast forward 4 years when Veronica, my sister, signed up, it was already in play. So every year we go to this conference called Summit. You got this lanyard with all your accolades on it. And she always gets the Success Starter lanyard thing. And I don't, because I didn't achieve it because it didn't exist. And she did. And I'm super jealous of it. I'm just putting it out there. I'm very jealous of that because being a success starter is a big deal. Now, what does it mean? Like I said, it means that you helped 3 or more people a month when you first came in, but you win something for that. Like, you get rewarded for that. The first month, you'll get a call with our CEO. Okay, so we host a call and you get that call. It's usually a training call. It's going to be the things exactly what you need to hear when you're first kicking off your business and starting to see a little bit of success. Then the second month, nothing happens the second month. It's the third month. It's the third month where you win a ticket to Summit, that big convention I'm talking about. This next year, we're going to New Orleans. So you still have a chance to earn your ticket to New Orleans for 2020 Summit. Now, here's where the program changed just now, January 1st, 2020. They are now counting the first 6 months of your business. So as long as you hit the 3 months of Success Club in any of your first 6 months of your business, you qualify for Success Starter. So this is a big deal, a very, very big deal. And so possible, so doable, so doable. It's 3 people or more that you help a month. And I want you guys to get in the rhythm of that. The understanding, like, that's the baseline, getting out there and helping 3 people more a month. All right. Let's talk about the next goal. The next goal in the business is to advance to Emerald. And I'm not going to go crazy into this one either because we got a call for that. It's called the Emerald Decide to Rise. I think the next one actually is the 27th, January 27th. So in the next 6 days, you'll be able to jump on that call. Christina Delgado will be hosting it. But basically, Emerald is very simple. It is bringing 2 people, your first 2 coaches, into your team. When you advance, bringing 2 people into your team, you advance to Emerald. One on the left, one on the right, okay? Now, we're not talking about customers here, right? Because we've got people that we help at the challenger level. They're customers. But then once they decide to become a coach, like you did, then they are now a coach in the network and a coach in your team. As long as you have one on each end, you advance to Emerald. Emerald is a big deal for many reasons. One, we are the only network marketing company out there where all the leads generated, so people that go to Beachbody teambeachbody.com, and they sign up for Beachbody On Demand, or they buy Shakeology just off a whim, right? A friend told them and they decided to go home and go search it and they buy it. Beachbody does not keep that business. They spit it back out to the coaching network, us coaches. But part of that gig is the fact that you got to show that you're open for business, that you're out there in the business of helping people already. So the way that you prove that is advancing to Emerald, and then you qualify for those leads. The other cool part about Emerald is that you begin to earn residual income. You also get this thing called carryover volume, which is kind of like a virtual piggy bank where you can store volume that later turns into money. Again, we're not going to go crazy into that tonight because there's a call on that, there's a training on that, but I want you to know that that's what you should be setting your sights on, right? Coming into the business, advancing to Emerald, and getting your first 2 coaches signed on to your team. All right. Now, let's shift over to personal development, the power of personal development. I know for me, when I first started this business, 0, like goose egg on how much personal development I did in my life. And I learned very fast that if you are not in a constant state of growth, by default, you are in a state of decay. Meaning you're never going to know it all. There's always room for growth. And if you get in the habit of getting out there and constantly learning something new, my gosh, you are unstoppable. You really are. And especially so when things get hard, because they will get hard. Like I promise you, it's not an if, it's not a maybe. I guarantee somewhere along the way, either on the fitness end, something's going to get hard. Maybe life is going to happen to you. Maybe you're going to get sick. The kids are going to get sick, or business wise, you're going to run into hard times. Like they are going to happen. It's a guarantee. But it's figuring out how to beat them. And personal development, the power of personal development is my biggest asset. Before we get into that side of personal development, I do want to give you guys 2 book recommendations. And you can either buy the book, because I'm a book girl. I love books. I need to feel them. I need to write into them. I need to highlight them. But you can also do the audios. But to better understand the kind of business we are in, network marketing, I want to give you 2 books that really helped me. And when I first came into the business, I started to understand, I'm like, okay, now I know what I'm got myself into. And it also helped me understand how valuable this business is, how different it is, and how I have a true opportunity here to do something with pretty much 0, minimal risk, but yet tremendous opportunity. So those 2 books that I want to share with you is GoPro by Eric Worre. It's my all-time favorite book. And then Slide Edge by Jeff Olson. Honestly, GoPro is my favorite. Slide Edge is Christina Delgado's favorite. She says that was her aha book. For me, it was the GoPro. We're always complete opposites, but I want to give them both to you just depending on which one you see yourself connecting with. Now, when we go back to personal development and using this as a tool to get through hard times or to continuously grow, I want to give you the advice of standing back and being able to identify what your need is, okay? Because what I see happen a lot of times is that people are dropping personal development books all over the place. You Are a Badass, Girl Boss, or, The Magic of Thinking Big, or Eat That Frog, and all these kinds of books. There's a lot of books. People could give you so many recommendations. But I think that it's important for us to be self-aware and understand, what do we need right now? If time management is not really a problem for you right now, you're very organized and you've got everything down, but your confidence is in the dumps, you shouldn't be reading Eat That Frog. That's going to teach you more about time management. You should be picking up something like You Are a Badass. It's going to work on that confidence, that muscle. I call it the muscle, because as much as we work on our physical, we got to work on this muscle too. So identify your need and work that muscle. And if there's ever a need that you realize that you need to work on, but you don't know a suitable book or a suitable, I'm big into webinars too. I love to listen to podcasts and webinars online and stuff like that. If you don't know, go into our team page, use the team page and type in there, I'm struggling right now with consistency. I'm struggling with time management. I'm struggling with confidence. I'm struggling with whatever it is. Plug it into the team page, and I promise you're going to get a plethora of recommendations from people, because we are one big happy family, and you're going to see, You just became a part of a productive, like talented, very like such support. Like I see such support and people out there filling each other's gaps that it's just a beautiful thing to watch. Over the years, as I've watched this thing grow, it kind of like came. I mean, I may have started Diesel Core and founded it with my mom back 9 years ago. But to see what it's grown into, and it's completely out of my control, right? It's just a beautiful growing thing. The part that I love watching back and seeing is how supportive and the family feel that we've got. So you're going to miss out on that experience if you don't reach out for it, right? Reach out for it and lean into it. Speaking of, it brought me to my next slide. That's so funny. Our team, show up and lean in. This is just what I was talking about. Is that you're going to miss out on really what this is, like the true, to me, the true value forever and more. Doesn't matter what you end up wanting out of this business, what you do with this business, how long it takes you, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You'll be missing out on exactly what it means to be a coach if you don't show up and lean into your team. So number 1. 2, no judgment zone. Like we said when we open up this call, nobody is looking at you with like this ruler of what measuring you out and saying you should be here right now, or you should be doing this, or you should want this. I have coaches on our team who have no intentions of ever, working this business full time. They absolutely love what they're doing with their lives, or maybe they own their own business in another field and they have no intentions, but Beachbody fills a need. And that's okay. Zero judgment zone. If life happens to you and you see yourself having to pull back away for whatever reason, that's okay. At the end of the day, you are the business owner. You really and truly are. It's not a cliche saying. You are your own boss. I'm not your boss. Your coach is not your boss. We're here to help you. We're here to lock arms together. But at the end of the day, each person, each face you see on the screen right now, everyone has different goals. Everyone has different meanings to what success is to them, right? Different things that they are aiming to get out of this, because Beachbody serves so many needs, right? And it's a solution for so many problems, that there's a absolute zero judgment zone on our team. All right. And then I also want to guide you guys to check out the team page, which you guys are all a part of. And in that team page, you'll always see a team calendar. I'm laughing at myself because I say you're going to always see a team calendar. You may see it like a week late into the month sometimes. I try my absolute best. I am a hot mess. But at the end of the day, we're very good about getting a team calendar up. It's always going to have the dates of the calls, the times. They are always subject to change because at the end of the day, things happen. You can try to schedule something a month in advance, but sometimes things happen. But you also get to see all the events, local events that are happening, calls, just different things that we do as a team. So make sure to always look at that calendar and check the team page every day for up and coming, announcements and stuff that's happening. For example, today we had a pop-up live call, and that was extra exciting. So that's going to be your lifeline. Our team page is going to be the lifeline between you and everything that's happening in the business. Okay. And by the way, as you start to grow your team of coaches, you can plug them into this very same team page. So this is where all of us, Diesel Core, is gathered. All right, and lastly, Diesel Nation Academy and our Coach Online Office. Well, we talked about this a lot tonight. Diesel Nation Academy, you got to know it to grow it. You got to get in there, learn those foundational pieces, and then get out there and grow it, right? Don't be a collector of information, but at the same time, do the due diligence of learning those basics as you go through Diesel Nation Academy. It's a self-paced system, by the way. So meaning you don't have to sit down and in one shot get it all done. Wherever you leave off, the system is created that when you log back in, it'll bring you right back to where you finished off, and you can continue from there. So you can be a coach that finishes that in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or it could be 2 years and you haven't completely graduated from it. But again, no judgment. You are the boss here. You are the one that decides how fast you want to do this, how deep you want to go into this, and at what intensity level. Like, no one's going to be pushing you. And definitely, if you're a PS coach of mine, know something about me. You're never going to get from me the pressure to do this. Oh, but you have to hit this, or have you done this? Or that's not going to happen, because I've learned all too well in my 9 years that people cannot be pushed to do something. They just can't. Not only can they not, but nobody likes to be pushed to do anything. And to have to be the pusher, like me, I don't want to push anybody. That takes out all the fun for me. That takes out all the lust in this business for me. What I aim to do is to help people become emotionally pulled to the things that they want. Figure out how to get people emotionally pulled to the things that they want. That's my job, because every day I am emotionally pulled to showing up and getting it done and putting the work in. So as your coach, you're not going to get calls from me like, have you done this? Have you pushed play? Are you going to be on a team call? Have you hit Success Club? It's not going to happen. But if you come to me, like, I am a source, and I develop systems and develop an environment for you to get in there and dig your heels into the business and be emotionally pulled to build your business. So that first step is definitely Diesel Nation Academy. Okay, know to grow it. And then secondly, the Coach Online Office. This is found at www.teambeachbody.com. Once you sign up to be a coach, part of your $15.95 fee a month was that you got this office, this Coach Online Office, built out for you, that's going to have all of your data and everything you'll ever need to build this business. It's going to have marketing material. It has there all your customer information. It's going to have all the order stuff. So we don't have to be that company that you want to start a business. Okay, fantastic. It's going to cost you like upwards of $2,000 of product that you're going to ship to your home and figure out how you're going to get rid of. Like, that's not what this is about. But we do have systems. We have like warehouses the size of Amazon that they deal with all the returns, they deal with all the inventory, and we get this Coach Online Office that we get to use to navigate and work our business through there as they do all the hard work. Also in the back office is marketing materials, before and after pictures, so transformation photos, and they're all classified by programs. You're going to see promotional. So I get a lot of information, messages from new coaches saying like, oh, I want to post a video about Bar Blend. How can I find one? Or how can I get, transformations on Lift 4, or someone wants to know, what the promotions are for this month. And so all these kinds of things are in the Coach Online Office. So I always tell coaches that it is your job. It's part of your job to get in there and surf it, because there's no way that I'll be able to tell you each and every little thing in that back office. The way I learned was going in there and just clicking and figuring out where everything was and seeing all the different pieces of gold that are in there. Also know that one thing I do want to make sure you got done right away is in your Coach Online Office under My Business and My Earnings, there's going to be the ability to fill in for EFT, for direct deposit. Get that done right away, because you're going to be earning very soon. And what I don't want to happen is for you to get a live check mailed out to you for your earnings, and then get deducted for the processing fee. So get that direct deposit set up right now, so that way when you earn Thursday morning, by the way, is payday in Beachbody world. You're going to wake up and you're going to see that direct deposit already in your account. Okay? So that's just the one thing I want to leave you guys with, so you get done right away. All right. Time is it? It's 9. Oh my God, I made it under an hour. That's never happened before. All right, let me check the chat and see if there's any questions that I saw pop up. But in the meantime, you guys can unmute yourselves if you have anything that you want me to dig deeper into or to clarify, or maybe any questions that you have. Let's see. Amy, I am proof she waited for me for a year and a half. This is true. This is true. Let's see. All right, there's no questions in the chat. Anybody out there that wants to unmute themselves?
I have a question.
Go for it, Selena. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
All right, so you said at the one point you're selling yourself and other products, right? How did you find the confidence to just do that and be like, I don't want people thinking so and so about me, or like, I don't know how to phrase it. Like not, I guess the confidence to not care so much and just like put yourself out there.
Yeah, so I get it. I totally get it, and that's something that I think we all face. We all start from that zero level
Yeah,
of,
like it's scary.
yeah, we came into this in the first place wanting change because we're not, quote unquote, happy with ourselves, or we want to improve ourselves. So I can understand, and I never forget being self-conscious. Like I actually posted about this today. I remember the first time I took off my shirt and I was in a sports bra. It was the first time I faced being in a sports bra publicly, and I cried. I cried taking that picture because I was like, I knew I had to do it. I had to break the ice and do it, but it wasn't easy. So I don't ever forget that. All I'm going to say to you is that if you want change, you got to change, right? So it's kind of like leaning in to that struggle, leaning in to what you're doing here. It heightens the accountability. And I will tell you also, I learned that it also all of a sudden relieves so much pressure. Like you're walking around so wound up tight because you're holding yourself, like you're so, I guess, self-conscious. And when you finally just like, this is me and this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to come back and prove, that I'm in this, and I'm going to, all the goals that I've set for myself, I'm going to crush them. When you do, there's nothing more satisfying than doing that. And the other thing I've seen also is that when you come out and you share your truth and you share with all honesty and transparency, you think that you're going to get judged, but you know what actually happens? You get loved on. You really do get loved on. People there supporting you, people there like cheering you on. You may have some rotten eggs around there that have something nasty to say, or jealous, or maybe like, oh, there she goes, or make some kind of comment. But then at the end of the day, to me, that helps me weed out the people I've got around me. Because at the end of the day, anybody that I have around me, that they see me doing something positive for myself, and they don't have to join me, but if they don't have to be on board with it, but as long as they support me, that's all that matters, right? Because this is for me. It helps me weed out the people that I do and do not need. So I get it, Selena. I totally do. I don't want you to think that I don't get it, but I am on the other side of it, and I can tell you it's worth it. It's worth the struggle. It's worth getting out there. It's worth being uncomfortable in the beginning, because as you evolve in it and grow in it, it's a whole new world. And it's a world where it's self-love versus hiding and self-hate. It really is a flip in the switch.
Awesome.
You got this, girl. You're doing great. I already see you.
Thank you.
I already see you out there. Anybody else have any questions? That one was great.
Mimi.
Go for it. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey. Actually, if it's okay, I wanted to say something to Selena first about what she asked about. So just so you know, and Monica, you know, because you saw it, I just posted for the first time the other day on my Instagram my before and after, and it's only been a couple of months, but I posted pictures of myself in a sports bra, which I'd never done, and it scared the crap out of me. And I also invited, or that's right, I did an invite. Basically, I was like, I did it, I'm a coach, like join me, all that kind of stuff. But point being, I put a picture of myself out there, and I was really scared of being judged. And everything that Monica just said is what happened. I had more likes than I thought I would have. I had all kinds of comments, and I cried. I literally cried because I could not believe the support. And I'm trying not to cry right now because it's just amazing how good it feels. And so don't be scared, do it. I know it's scary, but you'll probably be surprised how many people actually will just love on you, like Monica said. So.
Yeah. And I will add on that real quick that you're going to realize that even when you do get to that, I'm not going to say the after, I hate that word after picture because it's never ending. It's forever evolving.
Oh, it's not my picture.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But when you see the results, sometimes it's even harder because people start to see a gap between you and them. You all have, right now you're starting from wherever you're at, you have this ability to carry people through the journey. And that is so powerful. And that's relatable. And people see you, and we're out there talking about, oh, I'm a mom and I'm this, and this is what my life is like. And here I am. And this is the goals I've set for myself. And this is why I'm doing this, right? It closes the gap and it creates connection. And that's a beautiful thing. And you all have that. And people are not looking for perfection. They're not inspired by perfection, to be honest with you. They're inspired by real. And that's just like all around.
Now that you said that, Rebecca, I posted a similar picture, I'm looking now, January 6th, so 2 weeks ago. And it was like where I started about 2-3 years ago, then where I made it, and then I sort of lost myself. I suffered from really bad depression and so forth. But so I got myself in a bad place again. So I posted my really bad where I started after having twins, because that was a horrible pregnancy. Then where I got, which was amazing and awesome, and where I ended up now after a bad phase, which I'm willing to work on it again. And I, now that you said that and I'm paying attention, I have more likes on that picture than any other picture that I posted at my house, my husband, my kids, whatever. It's like almost twice the amount of likes. So people are watching, and they're obviously, like you said, they are supportive. I gotta get a little more confident with it.
There you go.
But they're there. They're there.
I love it.
And they're watching.
So Rebecca, was there a second part to that? Because I already wanted to address.
Yes, ma'am, there was. So, the power of storytelling. Sorry, I think I have carrots in my teeth. So I feel like I have a lot of story to tell. I can relate to you, and again, because I did Beachbody, I don't know, 5 years ago or something, and I was a coach. I tried to work the business. It didn't work for me. I just didn't feel it. I don't know. But I worked out and I did all that stuff. But I've gone through a lot since then. I stopped doing Beachbody and now I'm back. But I have a lot of stuff that brought me here and a lot of stuff that it's helped me with just in the last couple of months. Postpartum, I'm finally off anxiety medication. I mean, there's all kinds of things that have happened in the last couple of months. So my question is, not to draw it out, is kind of how do you I tell a lot of story on my Instagram, but I'm not a big Facebook person, but without making long drawn out posts, I'm just trying to figure out the best way, I guess maybe just slowly drop pieces on my Instagram story, maybe pictures. I'm kind of trying to figure out how to start that, because I think that's a really valid point, is that you can do that, you can show up, you can take your shake, you can work out, but at the end of the day, that's surface stuff and people want you to dig deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a great question. And in the Diesel Nation Academy, in that social media training that I talked about in the beginning of the call, we go into this. And there's even an exercise that we help you walk you through, where you write down things about you, right? Just different aspects of your life. And then your job is to go back, and every time you're going to write, share something of value, on your social media, you get used to breadcrumbing pieces out. Because I think what happens is that we want to go out there and we want to tell it all at one shot, because we're like they need to know all these things about me. But really, you don't have to. You just pick things little by little and just drop little soul things, little stories about yourself, stories about, for example, like me, I talk about the time that we took my son when I was 21 years old and I didn't have $50 copay for the doctor, and that was something that I always remember. It's a small story that I tell, but I talk about how I remember being there, and I remember what that feels like. And I'm talking to that person out there that's in that predicament. Or if I talk about taking off my shirt and standing there in a sports bar for the first time, it's a small story, a small little breadcrumb of my story. So you kind of get used to standing back and being like, okay, I'm going to share this little piece about it. And then you get really good at figuring out to tell the same story, because there's only so much about you, right? And just telling it in different ways, or you remember different stories that happen to you, and you get out there and share it. So what I'm saying is that I understand you're feeling like this thing, like you want to tell it all, but what I want to say to you is that you don't have to tell it all at the same time. Do the exercise in the Diesel Nation Academy where you sit down, you're just going to be like the circle, you're going to fill out all the spots in the circle, and it's going to give you like that baseline that every time you go back, you're like, you know what, I could tell this story using this photo and this part, and be able to breadcrumb a little bit at a time, if that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense.
No, totally. Yeah. And I'm working through there's so much stuff. And I am working through the Diesel Nation Academy, but I've also been working on my Ultimate Portion Fix and keeping.
Yeah, lots of moving parts. And
I am digging deep.
Which is good. Just know not to be a collector of information and stop. Like it's as you're learning, do. As you're learning, do. Like that. That's how I grew into the business myself, And I will tell you one more thing on the storytelling that I was taught early on, is that they say to kind of, not that you have to have the answer, but figure out what people can walk away with of value when you are telling a story. So it's also a fine line of just telling a terrible story, like this is what I'm going through, and yeah, it blows. Yeah, well, it blows, and I can say that, again, going through really terrible months last year, at the end of the year, when I lost my little sister unexpectedly, it was very hard. It's very hard to be able to talk and to be able to stand back and be like, okay, but what's the one thing I learned out of this? Or what's the one piece of silver lining that I could share with the next person that can, help them through? And I was telling you guys a second ago, like for me, being able to turn back to my audience and the support I got, like that was the one good thing. And so a lot of times what it is taking a step back and being like, okay, but what's the message here? What's the value here? What did I learn? Why do I want to share this part of my story? What's the thing here of value? And so that's just another thing to be cognizant of as you're going out there and breadcrumbing about different things. Because everybody's going through something, but it's different when you're just going out there and being like, this sucks, this blows, and that's it, and walking away. And it's like, okay.
Thank you for pointing that out, because that's a fair, you might get excited and want to tell your story, whichever piece it is, and forget that it might not have any actual value. So
yeah, it's like okay, I mean, it's not right now, but maybe wait until like you figure out, okay, what's the silver lining in this? What did I learn? What's the piece of value that I can pass on to the next person?
Got it. That's what I had. Thank you.
Excellent, ladies. Anybody else? This is so awesome.
I have another question.
Dale que tú puedes.
Okay, you said that now for the Success Club starter, it's 6 months instead of 3 months?
Correct. So before it used to be, it had to be month 1, 2, and 3. If you didn't hit 1, 2, and 3, you're out. You didn't win Success Club.
Right.
Success starter. It's such a tongue twister.
Success starter.
But now they've changed it. It could be in the first 6 months of your business. If you hit 3 months, then you earn Success Starter.
So anytime within 6 months, you just got to do 3 in a row.
Correct.
Or do they have to be in a row, or could it be like one?
And does anybody know the answer to that? Because it's a new rule. I don't know if it has to be in a row. Let me check that for you. Look it up. You can, because it just changed. You see? See, I told you guys, you're not gonna always know everything. Let me see, Success Club.
Someone posted something on Rush on the chat. It says it doesn't have to be in a row.
It doesn't have to be okay. And Joan's gonna know because she's been looking it up. I know she's got her eyes on that prize. Liz Fraga, by the way, she's on the call too. She's on her 3rd month. She's about to log it in.
Nice.
So exciting. Okay. So Joan knows the answer, and I'll kind of look at. Oh, I believe Christina said no. Okay. I'll look it up and just confirm. So I'm giving out the right information, but I do not. From what we're seeing now, it does not have to be. Oh no, it's not there. It doesn't have to be 3 months in a row. It's just in the 6 months. They changed it into the 6
within the 6 months. Okay, cool. I have another question.
Go.
All right, you says grab a program, stick to it, the nutrition, everything, and then post about it, yada yada yada. Right? What happens if you start a program that you just can't connect with and you just
Okay, I will say that I am an advocate for stopping and finding something else. Because for me, if I don't wake up excited about what I'm doing, then what's the point? Right. And that's the beauty of Beachbody on Demand. It's like there's so many programs that you don't have. Back then, when my dinosaur ages, it used to be DVDs. And if I bought a DVD, I was stuck with it. I'm like, damn, like I can't get another program now. I just wasted money on this, and I didn't like it. Got Beachbody on Demand now, where you can literally say, you know what? Not for me. Let me go over here.
And you share that, or you just kind of like sort of leave it to the side and move on?
I say it because that's relatable. Hello, if you don't know now, you know. I hate Burp Blend. I just can't. The only time I like it is when I do it live with Elise. Other than that, if I have to do it by myself in that garage, I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. I just don't like Burp Blend. That's me. That's my style. And I figured it out very fast. But I go out there and I say, like, this is not for me, but my husband and I, we like getting our asses kicked by Amwala, and we're going to go back to this. So say that. And then how do you flip it? How do you add value to that? Say it. Well, the cool part is I have Beachbody on Demand, and I don't have to look anywhere else. I could just plug into the next program and check that one out and see if that one's a better suited program for me.
Cool.
Programs are a matter of taste, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm just trying to get out there is that you understand that not to be hopping around all over the place, never, completing a program, never setting yourself on getting results, achieved by a program done the right way. Because again, that's a trust factor. It is a trust factor as you're building your business, and people do need to see that. Not perfection, but they need to see progress.
Right. Cool. Thank you. That was my last one.
Yeah, they're such good questions.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I just want to point out that I saw you do bar blend and I had no idea that you hated it. Or that you did it. Yeah,
I loved
do.
it when I did it with her, but when I had to do it alone in my garage, I'm like, no.
I do watch you and I can tell that your style is much more like lifting
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
I
too.
love
I love bar blend and I hope that I like it. I think that I will, but we'll see.
That's so funny. I probably will one day go back and do work blend, just because I think it's I mean, I'm looking at everybody's bodies as they're changing and they're
Right?
I want to try it. Just I need to do the work again. Like I want to finish it again.
Yeah,
first.
that's how I feel. Like I just felt like I needed that ass kicking in the beginning of the year. But who knows? Maybe I'll go back to Berlin one day and I'll do it.
Well, I love the work, but the first time I did it, I wasn't really tuned in with my nutrition, so I didn't get the results I should have probably gotten. So I'm like, I'm gonna do this again, and I'm gonna tune in with my nutrition so I can get the real results I should be getting. So that's what I'm doing now.
And you have the freedom to do that. You have
Yeah.
the freedom to do that. So that's what's really cool about us. All right, so let's wrap this up, ladies. If you are off the camera and you want to hop on for the biggest part of every call is our selfie. Like, you got to get used to selfies on these try coaching every 2 seconds. My husband's like, you take more selfies a day than you do breathe.
What's that mean? Like selfie of everybody, the picture of everyone?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
I got it ready. I'm taking a picture of all you guys. So come off camera if you're on camera and get ready to say cheese, because you are the new bunch, the new graduating class. Look at these girls. They're so cute. Are you guys the ones that just recruited the bartender, weren't you? Yeah! I love it. They literally are at a bar happy hour and they recruited the bartender. All right, ready? Say cheese. 1, 2. Cheese. Got it. All right, ladies, good night. Love you. Any questions you have along the way, post them and we will help you out as we go. Let's rock and roll.
thank you.
You're welcome.